My dear Ellie. I have to find her.
Hey everybody, and welcome to the game that we're going to play today, which is The Shore. Now, this is a Lovecraftian horror game, or adventure game, and it is, of course, October. It is the spooky season, so I actually wanted to focus on a sort of like a horror experience today. I know that horror games are not particularly popular on the Kanoa channel. They are actually the most popular genre on the Game Archivist channel, though, so I'm doing a lot of horror games over there. I actually did The Shore back in March. But the thing why I wanted to share some love for this game is this game came out in February, I believe, and in that first month, it only had a peak amount of players of 87, so less than 100, and over the months, the average of people playing this has always been like 20 or 30 and really low numbers. And in the last 24 hours, only 6 people play this. And in my opinion, this is one of the best, if not the best, Lovecraft horror game there is. It is better than Call of Cthulhu. Well, Bloodborne might be an argument there, but Bloodborne is a whole different beast in and of itself. But in terms of like adventure games, this one was absolutely amazing to me. I do have to say that I went in completely blind. I didn't even see a trailer. This game got recommended to me by a friend, and I just went in completely blind, and it absolutely blew me away. It's more than just walking, like a walking simulator. There's actually danger there. There's even combat, and if you are a fan of Lovecraftian horror games that I mentioned before, then you owe it to yourself to check this out. So I hope with this video maybe to share some love, because this game absolutely deserves it. If you're not yet convinced and you are in for some spookiness, why not join me on this adventure, and let's see how crazy this gets. So we awoke here on this island over here, and we have a lighthouse over there. There's also a bottle here, message in a bottle.
Arguing with John about how many actual days have passed since we ended up here. It seems that all of our hopes are drifting away, like these bottles should do. They always return to the island as if something is leading them back here. If you are reading this, we need your help.
Well, let's see if we can give them our help. So, the initial thought, of course, again, this is made by a very small development team. Maybe it's even like a single developer, I actually don't know. But the game actually looks really good.
A shred of hope. Oh, what a man needs to keep moving before he loses his sanity and his will. Walking along the shore reminded me of the walks I used to have with my wife.
I mean, this is a proof to me that, you know, game engines have come so far that even small indie developers can make games that really look very beautiful. The main issue where you can actually see that this was made by a very small team is that some of the voice acting is like kind of below standard of what you're used to. Like some of the audio quality is, for example, not that great. Here we have another bottle.
We armed ourselves and walked along the shore. To our surprise, we came across other ships that had wrecked without any trace of survivors. It was like a graveyard for ships. Our compass goes mad any time we try to set a course off the island. Our captain says it's because of the volcanic dust. We think he's gone mad. Sounds like the captain was right.
So yeah, he was talking about a graveyard of ships, and here we got several boats that are on the shore. We actually have an inventory. Here are the messages and photos we collected. And again, in the beginning, you know, I thought, this is sort of like a...
They speak of a fisherman
God.
who was lost in a stranded sea. He never came back. Now I know where he lies. What misfortunes could have drove him here?
You know, in the beginning I thought, this is going to be kind of like a walking simulator. Again, as I said, I do a lot of horror games over on the Game Archivist, and a lot of indie horror games are basically walking simulators. Many also use the same assets, and in the beginning I thought, oh, this will be something like that as well, because I do have to say that I love Lovecraft lore, and things like Cthulhu are absolutely amazing to me.
I have offered my right arm and spoke the correct words in his absence. Only pain accompanies me towards my demise. I was forced to leave the lighthouse. There's something wrong in all of us. Only the slumbering God can save us now. What God is he talking about?
I mentioned before how I thought that the voice acting was below standard. I should say that it's not actually the voice acting of this man that you're here talking, but there will be other characters in the story as well, and some of those lines are actually done pretty badly. Alright, so we can actually sprint a little bit, so let's go on over here. Might not be able to go through that. So we have the lighthouse to our right. There's actually also several horror games out there that play around the like a lighthouse. I wonder if the movie The Lighthouse might have something to do with it, but of course you have probably one of the more famous indie horror games is There's Nothing Underneath the Lighthouse, or whatever it's called. I actually did that on the Game Archivist as well. If you want more horror games, again, I would recommend you check out my other channel, the Game Archivist, which has been doing very well over the past few months, and actually has kind of become my main channel. Oh god. Oh, that sounds very good. Whoa, what was that? Did you see that? I don't remember that from playing it. Oh my god. I must have missed that.
It's not my daughter's voice.
Again, already creepy. I actually got goosebumps. Whispering has stopped. Again, at this point I already knew, like, ooh, we're in for something good.
As we sinked our feet in the sand for the last time, she asked me to tell her one of my stories about the wild sea. I could hear each of her breaths being shorter and shorter. And by the time I finished my story, pneumonia took her life.
Yeah, that's sad. We actually have some signs of life here. We have some clothes on the hanger there. Some pots and pans. Got a cellar here that's locked. Let's go into the lighthouse. Oh, it's a big shark mouth. I think it's too small to be a megalodon, though. Ugh. Ooh, what we got here? They speak of a figure that is roaming the shores. Look at that. That's definitely Dagon. Maybe we have a Shaggoth. There's a free game out there called Dagon, I think, and that is exactly where it gotten good reviews, but I guess because it's free. But that is exactly what I didn't want from my Cthulhu experience, where it's just a walking simulator with a lot of reading. Now, there's a lot of reading here as well. Don't get me wrong, but at least it's way more atmospheric and feels like a adventure game. Like, what is this? Looks familiar. I've seen something similar from where I come from. Oh. Ooh, look at this. Never seen such creatures before. Shark eyes. That's ominous. No symmetrical shape. I remember that one thing that's very difficult to replicate in things like movies or video games are the shapes of the creatures you will be facing, because how Lovecraft describes it is that they are shaped in such a way that we humans cannot comprehend. Like, our brains simply cannot comprehend what shape, size, and like how their body works. Now, I don't exactly remember the years of like when Lovecraft was born or died, but it was like 20s, maybe a little earlier. But basically, you know, he uses a lot of like description that you know, are also found with an octopus. And I realized that like if you were like a few centuries ago, you know, you are used to some animals like cats and dogs. You know, you had those in medieval times as well. So even something like a bear has similarities. You know, 4 paws, fur, teeth, snout, blah blah blah. But nothing could prepare you probably for what an octopus would look like. Like, that would be the most alien thing back in those days. Here we actually have more ships. Let's actually see through this telescope. Oh. Oh, look, there's a figure. Oh, he ran away. Did you see that? There was a figure behind the boat. That seagull doesn't care, though. Okay, we're on top here. This lighthouse definitely has seen better days. Ooh, another coin. Looks old and reminds me of the occult my father was a member of. Oh dear.
Those uneducated fools. They won't let me write for them. They're all fishermen with dirty, scuffed clothes and smell horrible. Their beards reek of alcohol and spit comes out when they talk. I'd rather stay another 4 hours at this point and take care of the problematic mechanisms of this handcrafted construct. I do not regret this journey. It's certainly made life more interesting since then. Not to mention the view from up here. All of the hatred, misery, and sadness of mankind fade away into the line where the sea and the sky collide. He is not wrong there. It is a hell of a view.
In case you're wondering, the voice audio is on the loudest it can be. It's very low volume. Look at this view, people. It is indeed very nice. Got a chest set over here. Looks like there's a piece missing. Alright. What do we got here?
I swear I saw something towards the horizon. Behind the mist. It wasn't a whale. Or a great white shark. Its many legs stretched 100 feet, submerging its body into the sea. It crawled as if it was infected by 1,000 parasites. From its tentacle mouth, it spit out black, disgusting, and disfigured blob-like figures. The moment they fell into the sea, they swam away faster than a dolphin. As the mist kept rising, I could barely see the creature. That wasn't a good sign. I should start placing those talismans I found at the bottom of the lighthouse around the pathways we made.
Okay, a hint on what we do next. Whoa! Look at that! Just like the painting. Again, people, you have to realize, I didn't know anything about this game. And so, like, realizing there would be creatures this size had just, like, it blew me away. I was like, incredible. And really, what it also made me realize is, it's such a shame that trailers nowadays and things with the internet, I mean, the internet is a beautiful thing, but really everything is spoiled nowadays. Nothing really is secret anymore. And in many trailers nowadays, they show so much that you kind of can already tell the, like, how a movie's gonna... Oh, wow. What is this dagger? How a movie is going to play out. And this really reminded me again of that beautiful time where I just didn't know anything about this game. I didn't know anything about this. There's a horror movie that's been getting a little bit of hype called Barbarian. Because that was also a movie that people didn't know anything about, and so many reviewers went in completely blind, and they really liked it because there's a great build-up at the beginning. And I've seen the movie, and I have to agree that I don't really like the second half of the movie that much. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, that is Cthulhu himself. Cthulhu Ftan. They actually say that in the Call of Cthulhu game as well. Oh, what is this? Ew! Oh my god. But, let's see. Oh, another one. But yeah, that had the same effect where people didn't know anything about it, and that actually made it to where they really liked the movie. Oh yeah, that's what I said. I didn't really like the second half, but the first half, the build-up, ooh, it's so good. Alright, this must be the key to this. Indeed it is. Little dark.
How did they manage to let him die in here? What made them forsake their civiled ways?
Well, I guess we found one of the people that actually, the clothes and food belong to. Alright, we got one of the plates that was mentioned up above. So you had to hide, climb the rocks, try to hide. That's when I fell into a pit of dead bodies. Flesh looked rotten, petrified. Their souls sucked dry out of them. The horrors in their faces touched the very void of my soul. That's when the rest of the crew caught me, stripped me naked, locked me down here. They accused me that I was the one that brought the bad luck onto them by placing those talismans for them by blocking the pathways. Ah, so this person was responsible for actually blocking the pathways. This is a chess piece. I believe if you actually go back up and finish the chess thing, you'll get an achievement. But nothing more. Nothing spectacular will happen, so I won't actually do that. But if you do plan on getting the game for yourself, and again, like I said, I am also doing this video kind of to maybe, you know, show some love for this project, and if you know, what you've seen up until now intrigues you, I highly recommend you play the game for yourself. The game is not long. You can complete it in about 90 minutes. I think it's also fairly cheap, and I think it's absolutely fantastic. Where do we go exactly? So do we go here? Nothing happened. Okay, that's the wrong... Oh. Can I pick it up again? Okay. So we have to find the correct one. But yeah, this is not a sponsored video in any way, shape, or form. Like, I wasn't contacted to do this, but I love this game so much. Then again, I have to say that my experience was elevated because I didn't know anything about it. There we have that huge obelisk we saw earlier, actually. Oh god, what is happening?
Proceed into the pit. There's something I would like to show you.
What is that voice? Get out of my head.
Okay, there you could see kind of what I was talking about, where the voice acting is not that great. Oh god. Okay. I mean, I don't know what's more disturbing, the skeletons or these, like, weirdly deformed, petrified creatures. The petrified creatures look more like they're in agony. Oh! Oh! There it is!
This monolith is the key of the silent. Break it free.
Okay. Well, let's do what the mysterious yet kind of intimidating voice tells us. Tell me also what you guys' favorites for like Lovecraftian horror games are. There's a Sherlock Holmes game that deals with Lovecraft horror. It's pretty good. It's actually getting a remake next year, so I'm excited for that. One Lovecraftian horror game that I think is a little bit overhyped is God, what was it called? Not Perfect Dark. I'm blanking on the name. It was on the GameCube. And it was that game that was famous for messing with you, where it would like mute itself, or God, what is it called? You play as different characters through time. Anyway, I'm blanking on the name, but that game, though story-wise is very cool, the gameplay and especially the combat in the game is very boring. Did that do it? Or do we now... Oh, we probably now have to touch the last one. There we go. Some lights. Oh, it's moving.
To see the world through the eyes of a god, like a dream and a flash of light. Beware the existence of mind, and grasp time in your conscious mind.
It's alive. Okay. Look at the size of the thing. Actually, I believe you can actually play this game also in VR. The scale of this must be incredible in VR. Do I get out like this? Yes. And I actually would like to do more of this. You know, give some love to some games that really deserve it. The games that aren't getting played a whole lot, but are really unique or do something very good. You know, I know a lot of you want more cinematics. I've talked in various videos before why that's a little bit difficult now with YouTube, but you know, I haven't said that I stopped the doing cinematics, so maybe someday we'll return to them, but for now I'm focused on the Game Archivist and doing more Let's Play content here on Konoha. Oh, look at that! It actually worked.
As a young boy, I remember my father talking about this island. He described it in a way that would scare the listener. He spoke of black butterflies, corpse candles, and broken compasses.
Nice little detail there with the nest. I really love this aesthetic for some reason. Like the black beaches, like the volcanic sand, lighthouse. It's all very eerie and atmospheric.
5. There was a man aboard named Alan who went missing after we shipwrecked. One night, we found him walking alone across the beach. As we approached him, to our surprise, we saw that he had this fixed expression on his face, as if he had seen something horrifying. His hands and arms were paralyzed in a position like if he was protecting himself from something. We tried to ask him questions, but he didn't reply. Now he's sitting by the shore, singing songs to the rocks about reflections in the sea. I wonder what he saw.
Okay, we got a killer whale, or maybe it's a shark, washed up here. It's a shark. Oh, it's a great white. Look at that. Ooh, look at its teeth.
Feels like it's maintained, untouched by time. The wind and the waves pause for a minute to rest. A calm before the storm.
Not a bottle?
I can barely describe what I have witnessed today. That old fool Alex suddenly went insane. He started stuffing his mouth with rocks. He kept doing so until his cheeks were completely torn. We had to tie him down. If you're reading this, send help. There's definitely something wrong with this guy.
You're talking about his cheeks, but what about his teeth? Ugh. You had that series back in the day called My Strange Addiction. I remember there was a woman on there who had like an addiction of like chewing on rocks. Oh, and what that did to her teeth. Ooh boy.
The small whale. I recognize this boat. It was made by an artist to represent our greatest catch. How did it end up here? This was meant to be completed by the end of December. It's still September.
Kinda, also like, it looks like a ribcage. Okay, so that was actually another one of those medals, or tokens that we just found, so maybe now we can actually go to the other side. There's a little bit more to
Despite
explore.
his fear about the island, he would often come here fishing some very colorful fish.
Oh god, what is that? Oh, well, we canceled the the dialogue. Oh, what is this? Oh, Lord in heaven. Again, just the smile on my face when I played this for the first time was like, what is this game? Tell me also if you've ever had that experience with a different game. Like a game where you at the beginning didn't think a lot of it, but as you started playing, it was so much more impactful or cooler than you imagined. I bet there are other games like that I have, but there's nothing really comes to mind at the moment, but it's probably like a shooter or something that in the beginning I was like, this probably is very generic, and then there was like a very cool story or cool characters or cool scenes. This is not the correct way. Is there like a bottle or something? I'm not too sure why you can actually go there. There's like these little effigies as well. Yeah. Okay, I believe the other place with the metal was over here. Oh, what is this? I didn't find this during my playthrough in the game, Mark. Oh, this is scary. Oh my god, what is that? Wow, I didn't even find this last time. Jeez. Ugh, gives me goosebumps again. Oh, that goes to that weird thing. Wow, that's crazy. See, I'm falling in love with this game all over again. Or was it actually this way? I think it actually was this way. Oh yeah, over here. There you go. Okay, it's giving me...
feels like it was always a part of me. As if it has taken a hold of me and won't let go. Another foot in the sand, but this time sink deeper beneath the shore.
I saw a bottle to the left as well, but I think that's actually where we're supposed to go. So let's first see if there's another note or secret this way. Doesn't actually look like it. That's fine. Alright.
Day 30. Elliot is trying to put together the broken parts on a boat we found. If he manages to build it, then we might have a chance of escaping this place. We have to try at least. There's only 3 of us left now in our crew. We can't afford to waste any more time here. As if time exists in this place. I think I'm starting to lose my mind. I can hear my breath after a screeching sound pierces my ears. If you are reading this, then don't look for us.
30 days, huh? Dare not walk the shores. It's a little difficult to actually read those notes. These guys had a very unfortunate end. Oh, what do we got here? An eye in the middle. Looks like an organic star-like figure. I guess the sea has a lot of like weird-looking creatures, huh? Things like an anglerfish are also the stuff of nightmares. There's a photo there.
Looking upon my daughter's toy gave me some sort of happiness. Yet I can't take my mind off the idea she's been taken by one of those creatures.
A little pupper. How nice. That's a crappy toy, by the way. Children nowadays have incredible toys, though. The other day, since like Christmas is coming, they had like these free toy books with like the latest toys. They gave them away, and for nostalgic reasons, I just took a look at it. And they have like Mario action figures and Mario Lego and everything. So I was like, oh god, if I had this when I was young. Whew. Let's see. Are we going that way? Or... let's first check out the boat.
Solitude and peace is what a soul seeks after being free. Did they die in vain? It appears they were murdered. What a horrible way to find solitude.
But again, murdered in a very gruesome way. This guy lost a leg. This an arm. This one was decapitated. Ugh. Look at that. The ones on top are the ones with the shark eyes. That's actually also the figure we saw at the boat when we looked through the telescope over there. Oh, we can actually jump. Okay, interesting. Hi there, Mr. Seagull. What do we got here? Very creepy looking doll. What is that? Looks important. Okay, let's actually now take a look at that What was that? Hey! I mean, we're looking for our daughter, right? That's the figure we've been seeing. Oh, this is the thing we found. Oh. What is that? Is it like a heart?
You seek your daughter back. I can help you. But you will have to do something for me first.
What is it, Cthulhu?
I'll do anything. Anything to see her face again.
Oh! Okay. What is happening here? Are we still in the same place? I think... Oh! Look at that, people. That is amazing. Again, this is made by a small indie company. There's some AAA games that don't give you visuals like this. It's just fantastic. Again, it just keeps building and building, getting better and better and better. And this poor whale. What is this? Hello? Oh! Oh God! Oh, we need to run. Okay. Yep, there's danger, like I said. You can die. Run, 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 run. Run away. Okay, well, that squished it. Good. Yeah, it's not just a walking simulator where nothing happens. Oh my God, look at that thing. It's like some cockroach or shrimp on like giant horse legs. And now we're underwater.
Now, through the depths, you will find your destiny.
Again, people, like, who would have thought that when we began this, that we would be walking on the bottom of the sea, seeing giant creatures running away from, like, mini Dagons? It's incredible. And this, again, this is made by a small team, and larger developers cannot even get Cthulhu right. The old Call of Cthulhu game from the early 2000s is an okay game. I think it starts out really, really well, but the second half of the game is absolute crap, in my opinion, where it just becomes a below-standard shooter, and it really ignores a lot of the story plot. And the Call of Cthulhu that came out in like the last 5 years or so, it's kind of boring, to be honest. What is this? Hello? The Sinking City was alright. Got a bit repetitive after a while. Was maybe a little bit too long for what it tried to do. Oh wait, I cannot move that. Okay, we have to line up the... drawings. Okay, that fits. That actually gave me an audio prompt. There we go. There. Did that do it? Or is there something I'm missing? Oh, there's a third one. Okay. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, that should be it. And there it opens. Open sesame.
Shadow and I came to a curious sort of an agreement. My lack of empathy has phased out any trace of fear. How did my monotonous self come closer and closer to the fact that nothing surprises me anymore? Have I lost my humanity?
Not lost, but discovering its true potential. How far will you go, Andrew? How far will you go for her?
I would fall into the darkest pit to save her.
So be it.
I don't like the sound of that. Oh my god, what is that? Oh, that's one hell of a Sarlacc pit, people. Well, they want us to go down there, but people, this is where we'll end today's video. Again, if you like what you see, please support the developer. And, what is with this music? Please support the developer and, buy this game. If you want to see more, though, if you want this adventure to continue together with me, let me know in the comments down below, and we'll continue this further when we go down this Sarlacc pit. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.